So, hello, I'm so excited to be with you today. My name is Cindy, and my mission is to share simple beauty tips for aging with confidence because we all want to look confident when we walk out the door each and every day, right? But life is busy, and I like simple beauty. But today we're going to talk all about eyes, and we're going to just really focus on your eye color and eye application tips to help your eyes look younger and lifted. And so I'm going to start out first of all talking about your eye color and what colors are best for you to wear. And you really want to think about going to the opposite end of the color wheel based on your eye color. So let's start first of all with the easiest one, brown eyes. Brown eyes are a combination of all colors. So you really can wear just about anything on your eyes and be able to have it look great. It can pop your eyes, it can add warmth. Depending if you have a little bit of hazel eyes, you can go more to what green eyes might wear to bring out the green. You really have a lot of flexibility because brown is a combination of all things. Now, if you have green eyes, you want to go to the opposite end of the color wheel to pop your eyes the most. That doesn't mean you don't use any neutrals or anything like that. We're going to talk about the differences in that. But one of the key things for looking at green eyes is going more to the purples, the mauves, those tones that are opposite on the color wheel. And then your blue eyes will again go opposite of the color wheel for them, which is typically your browns, your golden tones, could be some of those coppery tones based on your undertone of your skin. That's the other thing that impacts your eye makeup and what's best for you. I could wear brown, you could wear brown. It could look totally different on each of us because it could be a warm brown or a cool brown. Those things make a difference. And if you want to get more into that, reach out to me, reach out to your beauty consultant and be able to learn a little bit more about that. I love being a beauty advisor to help women find their style and be confident in it and teaching some of those little extra tips. But we don't have time for all that today because we're going to keep it streamlined and simple for you on teaching those eye tips. So I've talked about the color wheel. So think about the color of your eyes and begin to think about where do you go on that color wheel and being able to find that. And now I want to share with you some application tips. So the I did already apply today our liquid eyeshadow. I have on our light beam, which is our most neutral one, because don't you agree sometimes people do get afraid to put on eyeshadow or feel like doesn't look right. What I love about this is I literally kind of have it on my eyelids and it just adds a pop, right? It just adds a pop, gives a little bit of a wake up to my eyes. And I could dash out the door with simply this product on. But what I love to do with that is layer some powders. And I like the liquids because I do think they act like a little bit of a primer to keep my eyeshadow in place a little bit more than just using simply the powders that we offer here with Mary Kay. But I love the liquid for its ease. And one of the most simple things I can tell you about eye application is think about it like art class. What you make light, you bring forward. What you make dark, you send back, right? It's optically, that's what it does when you add light and dark to your eyes. So, what you want to do is look in the mirror, look at your eye shape, and what is the most prominent feature of your eyes? What stands out the most? For that, you probably would want to bring that back a little bit. You probably want to darken it a little bit if it's the most prominent feature and it's not what you want to highlight. So, for me, it's the brow bone. That's what stands out the most, but I don't want that to be the most prominent thing that people see. I want to pop my eyelid. So my eyelid that I want to bring forward, we will make lighter. And your brow bone that you might want to shadow, if you have a hooded or a fuller or a deeper set eye, you're going to want to put that color on there and shadow that. And if you find that you have challenges with getting your eyeshadow to wear well, another tip that I love is spraying a finishing spray. I love ours. We worked with in combination with Scandinavia for ours with Mary Kay, but that will give a little bit more wearability to your eyeshadows. So what I'm doing now is really taking the angle brush, right? Angle brush starting on the outside, blending it in on that brow bone to give some shape. And I'm getting thinner at the inside and it's thicker at the outside. I can bring it down and blend it into, my lid so that I have a nice smooth area where that is finishing. Okay. And you can see rather intense color because I used that primer to put that on, not the primer, sorry, the finishing spray that will act like a primer. So it does intensify that color a little bit, but I think that you can see immediately the pop that that gives to my eye, right? Big difference. And so if I were to put that dark color on my lid, it would deepen that eye. It would make it set back and not look as young, right? Not look as young or not look as lifted. And we want to be able to show that lifted look, right? And so it can be that simple to create pop to your eye. I think you can see that it really did add some pop to my eye. If I wanted to finish that off with something super simple, I would take a lightweight color like a candlelight or a moonstone or a biscotti, and blend that top line. So I just want to soften that top line. I might add a little bit of a, brighter color in there, but I could be done. It could be that simple to get out the door, have added some pop to my eyes, and to make you feel a little bit more confident, and just give a little bit of a boost to your eye look, right? But if you want to go a little further, right? So let's play around with, this is an eye palette special that we happen to have for this particular month. Most months we have something fun for these. This one really is going to look great with my green eyes, right? But again, it's art class. Like, it's an expression of you. Your makeup is art. It's an expression of you. So make it what you want it to be. If you love the purples and it works with your outfit, wear it. If it looks good on your undertone, this is a pretty neutral one. It's going to look good on most people's undertone and skin tone. And if you have blue eyes and you really like it, it's not wrong, but add some more warmth to it by adding browns or golds to it. Now, why did I put the brown on before adding the color? Because if I simply tried to put color here without adding the brown, I would miss that depth. I would miss that shift of lightening this area and then darkening this area, bringing it back to give the depth to my eyes. Do you see this one's a little flatter? This one has more depth. You cannot contour or create depth with color. You can only do it with a neutral, okay? So we want to do that with that neutral. So now I'm going to come back and I'm going to add two of these colors that are in the palette. I'm going to add a little bit of that frozen iris. And if you use a big fluffy brush, like our blending brush, it will give you the softest amount of color. You saw that that angled brush, which is a tighter brush, that gave a deeper sense of color. And I don't know where I laid it. I don't know where it went. And so I can't pull it back up, but that was angled. It was tighter. This one's looser, right? The looser your brush, the softer the application. So if you want that blended look that you often see online, but you're not quite sure how to get, I love using the soft blended brush to help bring that in and to do that. And I'm really just I put the golden mauve kind of on the outside. I put the frozen iris, a touch of that on the inside, a little closer to my eye because it's the lighter color. And it's a subtle gradation, right? It's a subtle gradation of color, not too much, but it does give more pop and color than the other eye, right? Super simple. It doesn't need to be really complicated to create that type of gradiated look for your eye. And then you can come back in with with that light color. In this one, it's a moonstone. And if you want to put that back in the center area, blend that up over the top like we kind of already did, you can get that look. A lot of times when you're using the liquid eye, that pop will already be there. You don't need to do extra. Now, I just got some on my nose, so I'm going to show you a little trick that I do with that is just kind of dust it off. Use a brush and pick it up on that brush and dust it off if you get any loose like I do. And a lot of times to really clean up the eye and give it a crisp look, this is another favorite. I just take a little bit of foundation or under eye corrector or concealer, and I take it along that edge from the corner of my eye. I'm going to blend that whole area again, but up from the corner of the eye, right underneath the eyebrow. I couldn't think of what it was called for a second. Right underneath that eyebrow. And that just finishes that area and again gives it a hint of lift to that eye. And it's not hard to do. And a lot of people like to put their eye makeup on first and then go ahead and do their foundation after that in case you do get that little bit of loose powder or something like that. So, those are your tips for creating a great look for your eyes. I'm going to go ahead and finish out. I already put brows on. I will put eyeliner. Oh, I will teach you a tip for eyeliner, and then I'll go ahead and put my mascara on and just finish that look for the day. But I think you can clearly see the difference between those two. And so, with your eyeliners, again, you can choose from a pencil type twist up. You can choose from a almost like a felt tip marker, really, really thin line on that. Love that one. That one's available in black. We have 4 colors in the pencils. But one of the things that I again love about the application of these, if you notice, I've done this a couple times today. I kind of anchor myself. So I will anchor my hand a little bit with a finger so I don't have two moving objects, both my face and my hand. So I will often try to anchor a little bit to get started. And then I'm using short little strokes rather than one long line to be able to draw that on. And that just helps to give, you can create a really thin and smooth line. And if you notice, I'm kind of going sideways rather than going straight on. If we go straight on, it will get blunter on the end. But if you need to, you can shape it, reshape it. There's a little shaper on the bottom where that color part is. We have a little shaper on the bottom of our eyeliner. So if I do get a little blunt or a little bit flat or a little too thick, I can kind of reshape it. But that is my tip for wearing a really, really soft and easy look. And, people often ask about doing the bottom of your eyes, and I'm just going to show you that difference, even though the rest of my eye makeup is not done on this other side. I can't talk when I'm doing the bottom. But if you just do the bottom, wow, what do you notice? Right? What does that look like? And yet I know, we're my 80s gals. Like this is what we were brought up with, right? You did the whole eye or you did just the bottom. But clearly, again, which side looks younger, more lifted compared to the other side? And if you do want to really do that bottom, I'm going to encourage you that you do the top along with it and you don't do as much of the bottom. Okay. You keep it to be, and I don't know if I have eye makeup remover in here, so I'm not sure I'm going to be able to do this. But you keep it to a thinner portion. And if you get a little, gets a little, a little extra at the end, I'm just buffing that off with a little Q-tip. But I'm going to try to go back now. But these are waterproof. So once they've dried, they are kind of hard to buff off. You really need to use the eye makeup remover. But if I do want to do the bottom, I'm going to try to only do like that bottom outer third so that I might be bringing it in. I'm getting it off somewhat, but you can see, right? That still looks at least a little bit better. It lifted it back up a little bit. My eye's not as closed as if I had done the entire eye area, and being able to do that. But your eyeliner makes a difference. And if you really like to do something on the bottom, do the mascara, rather than the heavy line of the eyeliner, do your mascara on the bottom to get kind of that complete look. So I'd love to hear from you in the comments. I forgot to tell you to be saying hello as you're tuning in, but I'd love to hear what tip you're going to apply, what you learned that was helpful to you, and also what else is it that you'd love to learn, because that's how we know what to put together for you and what to continue to share with you so that you can age with confidence, learning simple beauty tips and walk out your door confident each and every day. So thanks for being here. Feel free to pass this along and share it with a friend. That helps us to grow and it helps to build confidence with women everywhere.